We're gonna do it the easy way, which is do it the long way.
So I'm making a chocolate fondant cake here. You know, it's kind of alarming when you wake up and you look out here and there's no one at the helm.
All right, we think we have fish after 8,899 times of bringing this thing in.
This is my favorite passage so far.
In life, there's a lot of milestones that show the world that you have made it to the next level. Graduations, job promotions, having your firstborn, walking 10,000 steps in a day, and retirement. And for our family, being able to manage an airport unassisted. But since we have walked onboard friendship with no idea of what we were doing, we have stayed in this trying to figure it out stage for a long time.
What's the word, Skip?
Nothing yet.
Sure, we've done overnight sails.
So we've hit some rain our last about 30-45 minutes.
Spent a summer on anchor bouncing between Ibiza and Mallorca, and we even did okay dealing with engine problems on our own. But with the thought that sailing takes a week to learn and a lifetime to master, and the knowledge that we were sharing our story with you, we felt like we had something to prove. Well, today, if we are lucky, we are going to head out on a 4-day passage to Curaçao.
And it kind of probably feels to them like we got in the marina and now we're like after 22 days of sailing, now we're leaving again to go on another sail.
Join us as we set forth, mistake prone, and prove that we can do this on our own.
Oh no! Lil and I were inside relaxing watching a movie and all we heard was fish!
Thank you so much to our patrons whose support make these episodes possible.
So how do you feel about another 4-day crossing? I remember after the last one, you were like, oh, it was so nice to not have social media and all this stuff.
Yes, but that was planned. That was a crossing that we had worked up to. It was one that I had made space in my schoolwork for. And this is not the same. So while this might appear peaceful, out making breakfast up in the cockpit, in an hour I'm going to be locked to my computer for the next 4 days. So,
Do you have enough downloaded for school?
yeah. I have my entire textbooks for 3 of my classes downloaded.
Oh my gosh, it's like ultimate digital nomad. You're a digital nomad student.
And she's a digital nomad business runner.
I need Wi-Fi for that.
Maybe you don't need to go to
Wi-Fi,
college.
you don't need anything.
You don't need college. Maybe they'll hire you to teach a class.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so you may be asking yourself, these guys work so hard to get to the Caribbean, and what do? They skip the best parts and head as far south as possible to Curaçao, especially when it's months away from hurricane season? Yes, I know, beautiful anchorages and clear turquoise waters sound ridiculous to pass up, but we have a flight to catch in less than a week to Ecuador for our Worldtowning Voyages Galapagos trip. And unfortunately, when we booked the flights, which were 70% less for us to fly out of Curaçao versus Martinique, we did not consider the implications to our Caribbean plans. Either way, we made our bed and now we must sail in it.
So now it is time to take up the anchor and be on our way after some time here. Oh boy, it's windy. I've got Miss Avalon here helping me.
Now is we're basically attaching this to the anchor and attaching it to the lead to make sure that even if the anchor chain or the windlass fails, we still have the anchor.
Oh gosh, Avalon, you look like a Caribbean girl now. It's so weird seeing you without stuff covering your arms and hat and mittens. Does it feel good?
It's a little too hot. It's okay right now, but during the day, it's just like constantly sweating.
Well, soon you'll be in university, probably in a cold climate, and you'll miss this, right?
Now, this sail was really important to us. Our last solo multi-day passage did not go so well. And now that we are fresh off the Atlantic crossing, we know that this is our chance to prove ourselves and to prove that we are up to snuff and are worthy of calling ourselves blue water sailors.
So the first day at sea is usually when neither one of the kids feel great. They sleep a lot, they say they're a little seasick, You know, they're just not 100% themselves. The only reason I'm fine is because I have taken a lot of seasickness meds. And I'm starting to consider maybe they should have seasickness meds too, not the strong ones like I'm taking, but maybe something more homeopathic just to get them through that first day. But then on the other hand, I also think it's good that they just sleep and rest. So what do you guys use for your teenagers, or do you just let them work through it? Because I think, I can't ask them right now because they're sleeping, but I think both of them would opt for not taking anything and just kind of working through it that first day because of the side effects of the seasick meds, and they always feel better by the second day. Oh, there's Sentry. Sentry, I thought you were sleeping too. Margot is not asleep yet. Listen to a book on tape. You're gonna take a nap?
Ice and cat.
Ice and cat. Hey, Sentry. How are you? You babysitting Margot? So far today, it's been a pretty uneventful day. Nothing crazy or anything like that's happened except for this.
Doesn't want to start?
I think it's not going to start. So the generator, why are you turning on the generator? Give it a rest for a second. Will also has a headache, so he might seem a little loopy right now.
We are, our solar's not enough. We had the issue during Atlantic crossing, and we had the issue again today, and our handy dandy little red giant generator here, we give it a different name every time. I can't remember what name we give it. Whichever name we give it, one day it will respond.
How about Clifford, the big red?
It's just like our dog.
Orange, isn't he? Is he red?
The big red dog.
Big red dog.
Either way,
big dog on the boat.
it doesn't want to start. I don't know why it doesn't want to start.
So here's the thing, guys. One of the things that we need to add to the boat, there's a lot of things, and there's always more boat things being added, but one thing we feel is really, really necessary is more solar. So if you know anyone who's doing like a buy one get one free, or they're doing a raffle or something, please enter our name. It's something that we really need to do. We just it hasn't been in the budget at this point, but hopefully it will come in the budget in the next couple of months because this is driving Will crazy. We'll keep the generator. I don't know hold on, the cat's meowing. Sentry, I'm taping. What's going on?
She wants to be in it.
You want to be in it? Now she's all quiet. She's got nothing to say now. She just want to be in the background music. What? What? See anything in there? Will is due to take a nap. He's refusing to go for a nap even though he has a headache because he's obsessed with the generator.
I need to take a nap.
He's putting his back to us now. Good morning, everyone, from a beautiful-ish, I guess, I've got a coat on still, morning on our second day. We have been averaging around 6 knots, winds about between 12 and 15, and we have an awesome sunset right over here behind me. Oh my God, sunrise. This is our version of walking the cat.
She's been dying to get out ever since, well, the sun came out, and every time I open the door, she tries to scramble outside. And so now we're just gonna give into the madness.
She holds on. She puts like some little claws. She puts little claws in there to hold on just a bit.
I'd love to build her own little perch here, but that's kind of not exactly convenient. She deserves something up here. We're starting the morning with a jibe. We've gone a little bit further south on our route than we wanted to, and it wasn't necessarily on purpose, but it was to let everyone rest. Being that last night was the first night on our passage, and everyone was still battling with motion sickness to a degree.
Yeah, I think we'll be much better today. It's those first 24 hours that helps.
I think so. So we wanted to let everyone sort of just do their thing and get some rest. So as much as I wanted to jibe last night, I think proper protocol would have been just to wait till morning till everyone was rested. We had daylight, so forth and so on. So we have a little bit of more westerly to go as opposed to southerly, which is what we were doing. So now we need to jibe the mainsail and the head sail as well. We're gonna do it the easy way, which is do it the long way. We're gonna sort of just move the head sail over, move the mainsail over, roll in the head sail, and then go ahead, jibe, and then roll the head sail out on the other direction. It's going to take longer. If we were a racing boat, we would all do it all at once, sort of like running and racing and sort of jibe, jibe, jibe. But
is the intention that also that we can do a more controlled jibe instead of just flopping over and going to a pass?
that's part of it. But the other part is that we want to let the kids sleep, and we don't want to wake everyone up.
The kids were actually pretty seasick yesterday. I mean, no one threw up, but I think it's probably the worst they felt on a passage. They just were totally blah. So Will and I have really been trying to do a bit more so that they can rest, because we know they're young, they're full of everything. I think today they'll just be back to their normal selves.
Let it all out. Pull it in a little bit. Jibe.
So I just did the lazy man's jibe. I just added plus, wait, did I do 1 or did I do 20? Plus 20 on here, and it's gonna jibe up here on its own. I could have just taken off the autopilot and done it by hand, but it's early and I'm tired, so.
You have the toys, might as well use them.
Yeah, right.
And there we go. All right, 10 more.
That was pretty good. 10 more.
You just want to make sure you keep it on that side.
Yeah. It's pretty well into it, but okay.
Alright, so now we just have to move the preventer line onto the other side. We have our preventer line tied up to the bottom of the boom, and that is ordinarily how you do it. What I want to do is I want to do something a little bit different. I want to include what we have now, but add a second preventer line, almost like set up on the other side, so that when it's time to do our jibe, instead of moving the preventer line from one side to the other, we have another one ready to clip on to the bottom of the boom, and then that way you don't have to go and untie and retie and get out of the cockpit. My goal with this boat is to make it as single-handedly accessible as possible, meaning that if you don't have to leave the cockpit for anything and you can do it kind of solo, that's a really good thing. And maybe this little modification, it's possible. We also have on one side of the boat, on the starboard side, we have a foot locking block, and we also have a cleat. We don't have one on this side, which is something that I can see really, really useful, because if you go ahead and you take the preventer and you put it around a block by sort of the aft of one side, and then you have the preventer going around the block and then back to the foot locking block, it makes it a lot easier to sort of just manage it and sort of tighten it up and loosen it up and so forth and so on. So you get the leverage pulling it down. Do you understand that? There's no better celebration for Valentine's Day than one that's under a passageway.
No kidding. So I'm making a chocolate fondant cake here, which I must confess is from a box. It's one of our favorites that we always do when we were living in France. Oh, that's good. Would you try one?
I'm good. I'll wait to get the bowl.
You want the bowl? And then I'm just making some quinoa. Just some plain old soup that's on the floor down there that I dropped in a cardboard box, and some quinoa. We are taking this passage very differently with food, just because it's only a 4-day passage, and that would mean only one person would be in the kitchen the whole time one day. Wait, that doesn't make sense. My math's off, okay? Either way, we're doing it much simpler this time, and it seems to be working out well. I don't think I do this way kind of every person for themselves except dinner on a longer passage, but it works really well for the shorter ones.
You're doing a great job for day 2 being in the kitchen. Last time you couldn't get in the kitchen after like day 4.
I'm really having a hard time. That's why I said to Will, this has to be quick or taping, because my stomach feels a little, Okay, the bowl's ready, Will. It's all yours.
Okay. Thank you.
Share it with the kids, Will. It's Valentine.
That's all mine.
I'm going to tell them.
This is really good, Jess.
What?
I really like it. 5, 10, 15 minutes later, however long it takes, it doesn't make a difference.
That's a quick cake.
It looks good.
Cake in a package. I do make them from scratch, but cake in a passage, on passage, is the best way to go.
How's it turning out?
I don't know. I mean, you know, our oven is a little wacky, but I think it looks good. I just haven't tasted it yet. Avalon, you don't want any?
Nope, I will put the double stuffed Oreos next.
No,
Okay.
you won't take any.
I'm so committed to making this work.
We'll cut back to you when we've solved the problem.
Hold on, no.
Being out at sea hundreds of miles from shore is starting to become one of our favorite things to do. It's hard to explain it, but just being out in the water makes us feel better, even with the seasickness. I wish each of you could experience this feeling we call ocean therapy. Time stands still being out here, in the middle of nowhere, and it's extra special being here with the ones we love the most. We are more confident and feel capable of keeping ourselves safe offshore as a team. This will be one of the last long passages we will have just the four of us together. This is exactly what we needed at this moment. We feel that we're getting better and better at this life as each chapter unfolds, and knowing that we're here without experienced crew makes it all the more special.
And it's the end of my shift. I need to now go get Largo awake and, well, he's up. The light's up, so Largo's up. Or at least he's gonna be up. Largo, it's your shift. What time is it? It's 6:15. It's time to wake up. Ready? The light's up, so it's gonna be nice and easy.
Is he okay?
Yeah. Are you up now too?
Well, not intentionally, but the cat was like,
I already fed her. No, I already
You fed her?
Yeah.
What's she
She's trying to eat twice.
Citrine. Are you trying to trick me? Oh my gosh. You already fed her?
Yeah.
She's meowing in the bedroom like she's starving to death.
Nope.
Oh,
She's got. There she is.
I think she just wants someone to sit with her while she eats. You know, it's kind of alarming when you wake up and you look out here and there's no one at the helm. And you're like, oh, you've just ended a night shift. Like, did he fall overboard? Where is he? I didn't think you'd be over there.
We do have someone at the helm. It's called autopilot.
That's not funny. Look, I looked again. Can autopilot tell if another boat's in the way?
There's no way.
You're a good kitty, you little trickster.
All right, Largo, really, it is time to get up. Largo.
Yep, I'm up.
All right. So if anyone's been following our fishing journey, everyone will know that it's not been a journey. It's been a stroll, a meander, almost like a standstill. Today we're fixing that. We have a very big lure right now. We've lost countless lures in the sea because whether either we tied the thing on wrong or not, but today I refuse to give in. This guy, who I will name Stanley, because I want it to come back. Come back to me, Stanley. You're gonna catch me a big fish, and we're gonna make some massive meals tonight. What do you think, Stanley? We got this? Come back to me, Stanley.
Do you know what kind of fish that we can catch here?
I don't know. If
Mahi
it swims,
maybe, or tuna? I don't even know.
if it swims and we can grill it, doesn't have to taste good.
Maybe we'll catch a coconut. We've caught a lot of
enough
seaweed.
Yeah, we've definitely caught enough seaweed. And I'm hoping that we can use the grill tonight, although I think that might be a bigger challenge.
Oh, I think you're being really... I'd just be happy to catch the fish. And throw it back would be fine.
I know, but you gotta do the best you can. Bring me fish!
I think today's the day. I feel it, Will.
I think so too. We thought yesterday was the day too, but that didn't work out too well. We did catch a fish, we just didn't bring it in.
It's been what, 4 minutes? You think we got something on there, huh?
So, will I get Largo away?
Yeah, hold on. Largo, I think we caught a fish! Can you
Meanwhile, over here, Avalon
You're ready for a show.
is chowing down on popcorn that Will just made for everyone.
I just made this.
Oh, you made this one? Okay, Will made the previous one. All right, we think we have fish after 8,899 times of bringing this thing in.
Well,
This one shows promise. What do you think, Avalon?
it's almost been like, oh my gosh, that seaweed?
No.
No, I'm kidding.
If it is, it's a monster seaweed.
No, I don't think you could be. You couldn't be.
Will's theory is to tire the fish
It's
out.
still taking out more than it's letting in, so I'm hoping it gets tired soon.
Yeah, what if you get tired first?
Hey, fish! You suck! Get tired! I'm insulting you!
Avalon wants to make tuna catamaran.
No, I just want to break its morale.
Day 4 of reeling in fish Nemo. You guys are going to be surprised that when he comes in, he weighs like a quarter of a pound.
It's not funny.
Okay, you guys are almost there, almost there.
Get on lower back.
What's the matter?
Seaweed.
It's seaweed? Oh my gosh, you guys reeled that in for like a half an hour.
That can't be seaweed.
That's seaweed.
That cannot be seaweed. It can't.
I don't see seaweed.
Okay,
Bring it in.
Count.
Oh, this is depressing.
It's so seaweed.
Come on.
Why do you think it's seaweed? Oh my god, it is.
Shooting.
Share your big catch with us, guys. What did we catch? Let's see it. Oh, whoa. Better than last time. Seaweed for dinner.
Don't move it.
At least we still have the lure. Tell me how you really feel about this situation, Avalon.
Here I was thinking we'd be holding up this huge marlin or something. I don't know. Just a huge swordfish.
For the picture and the video and dinner? I know, you're angry.
Get her popcorn.
Don't get angry, get even, Avalon.
Wait,
Will,
find
how-
a fish. We're gonna get even.
Will, how are you doing?
I can't believe a piece of seaweed almost beat us.
I think a piece of seaweed did beat you.
I can't believe that we almost got to the end of our line over a piece of seaweed.
We did.
So you see, this is the part of living a life on the boat, which is just the fascinating part, because we've always been on here trying to, I'm not gonna say imitate what someone else's life should be like on the boat, but trying to envision what would someone else do if they did it the right way. And I think finally we're getting it the right way, and we're no longer living that imposter syndrome saying, well, we're trying to put our best foot forward and trying to just do what's right and trying to show what's right and eliminate all of the things that fail. We're just showing all of it now. We're not hiding the failure because we're doing it better, and all things come with time. And I've always been a big proponent of the fact, and more so since we've been on the boat, that the only way to learn is by failing. And on a boat, there's so much to learn, and if you don't practice failing and being comfortable being a failure at things and things breaking, it's not going to work out too well. And at this point, I'm very happy with the failures that are happening because they're controlled, and that we can manage to sort of grab those nuggets of learning from them. And that's really what it means for me to be on a boat and to be a sailor and to be that person that is going to be more confident on a boat, because I'm not afraid of failing anymore. And I know that imposter syndrome is no longer being an imposter anymore. It's just being someone who is allowing himself to become a better sailor through trial and error. And this passage that we're on now is exactly that. We're doing this on our own, and we're admitting that we're gonna fail. We're admitting that we're gonna do things right, and we're admitting that we're gonna do things wrong. And I think that as long as we keep it in a controlled manner, we're gonna be okay. And so this is my favorite passage so far. In a long-winded speech, this is my favorite passage so far. So our first long-term passage since, listen to me, long-term. It's been so hard.
So this man back here used to be an accountant. I can't speak today.
All right, let's taste it.
Is this pink juice?
Oh, that was a heart if you didn't recognize it.
Dad, it's not working. Just stop so that we can eat with Valentine today.
Morning. Do you want to eat breakfast or you just want to jump out?